Hey everybody, Chris Ducker here from Virtual Staff Finder. Thank you very much for dropping by the site today. And here we are with another one of our video interview testimonials with Mr. Pro Blogger, Pat Flynn himself from smartpassiveincome.com. Pat, how you doing, buddy?
Good, Chris. How are you?
I'm rocking and rolling, as always. And if you expect me to be in any other mindset other than that, you're obviously on drugs, isn't it?
I've never seen you any other way. So,
listen, I wanted to spend a couple of minutes with you. I know you're busy running your online empire, building it, making money, doing what you do. However, as someone who's utilized the service, I wanted to have you on here as part of this video testimonial series. And the first question right off the bat: why did you hire the virtual assistant that you did through VSF?
great question. I mean, really what was happening in my business is it's grown to a point where I just can't do everything that I want to do anymore.
Right.
And there's a lot of things that I would love to do. I just don't want to do them either. Like, I don't know if you anyone out there has been following me recently, but I've been doing a lot of niche sites, for example. And I want to build these niche sites as fast as possible, but it takes time. Obviously, it takes time to set things up, and it's stuff that is pretty kind of mundane work, especially if you've done it several, 100 times. I haven't done it 100 times, but you know what I mean. And so I hired a VA to kind of clone myself, I guess you could say, and allow me to get work done when I wasn't even doing that work myself. And It's nice because the VA I hired through Virtual Staff Finder is great. His name's Mike. He and I had gotten actually really close together, and he's working for me. He's doing fantastic things. It's perfect because when I go to sleep, right before I go to sleep, I give him some tasks to do, and just because of the way the hours work, when I wake up in the morning, it's done. So it's like I'm up 24 hours a day working, and that's probably the most amazing thing. And if there's only one regret I've had about hiring a VA, it was not doing it sooner. For sure.
Yeah, I mean, you've mentioned that to me a couple of times since obviously Mike's been with you. And I mean, you bring up the whole, I'm basically working 24 hours a day, so to speak. And, for me, that's what it's all about when we help our clients, the entrepreneurs and the business owners out there that utilize Virtual Staff Finder. It is all about leveraging time. You use another great phrase there when you said that you actually cloned yourself, which is fantastic. I mean, we always say as business owners, it would be great if we could have like 2 or 3 more of us, right?
Yeah, for sure. And so, I only have Mike, but I've been able to work. It seems like 24 hours a day, but if I wanted to get more people on, then I'd have 48 hours in a day or 96 hours in a day. So you can just imagine how much work I could get done. There is obviously some work behind hiring a VA and being able to manage them, but I would much rather spend an hour a week telling this person what to do. Instead of spending 24 hours a week or 40 hours a week actually doing that work myself.
Yeah, and I think even if your business is not online, you can obviously still utilize VAs to help you with your offline business as well, particularly in regards to back office support and admin and things like that. But Mike is fundamentally for you. He's a web developer. That's what he's doing.
He's a web developer. He's designing websites, but he actually has a lot of other skills too. Like he has some graphic design work too, which is great. That was a great kind of combination right there. Graphic design work, as well as programming skills. I mean, I couldn't ask for anything more.
Yeah, I mean, I think you'll find a lot of people here in the Philippines particularly, if they're into web development, then they'll also have a little bit of graphic background as well. Maybe not so much the other way around, but certainly if someone's a web designer or a web developer, they can certainly design a logo or two or some buttons for your website and things like that as well, which is the sort of stuff that he's doing, right?
Yeah, exactly. And actually, not only is he doing niche sites for me, but I actually have a client on board who I'm building a niche site for, or not a niche site, but an actual business for, and social media outlets and all that stuff, Facebook, Twitter. And he pretty much set up their entire business for me in like 2 days. The whole web property, Facebook, setting up the profile images and the Facebook fan page, landing page, and all that stuff. It's just amazing. That would have taken me weeks, if not months, to figure out. I mean, a lot of the stuff he's doing, I don't even know how to do. I feel like I have a pretty good idea of how to build websites, and I can build websites, but the way that my particular client needed it to be built, it would have taken me years to do it right, and Mike did it in 2 or 3 days. It was awesome.
That's good, man. That's awesome. Well, my final question for you here, and we keep these interviews short so they're digestible for everybody. Final question is, in regards to the Virtual Staff Finder service itself, tell us a little bit about your general experience in regards to the process and how it all kind of finalized and finished off for you.
Oh, I mean, I wish everything in the world was as smooth as my process was with Virtual Staff Finder. I mean, my life would be so much better. Finding a VA, I've heard from a lot of people, is very, very, very difficult, especially one that is reliable, one that is qualified. Now, going through you guys, I kind of took a shortcut, and within 3 days from when I kind of contacted you to try and find a VA, a programmer, in 3 days I had Mike on board, and he was already doing stuff for me, and the process was seamless. So what I did basically was contact you. You hooked me up with Stephanie, who kind of got in contact with me and asked exactly what I wanted to be done. And she found 3 people that I got the contact information for, got their applications, and read a little bit about them. And I interviewed them on Skype. Mike was the one that kind of fit with me the most, and I hired him, and the rest is history. I mean, it was beautiful.
Well, that's good. I'm glad you had a good experience. Obviously, that's always the plan of attack, the plan of action, so to speak, for all of our clients. That's a given. Sometimes, obviously, things happen a little faster than usual. We actually say to anybody out there thinking about using the service, we actually do say it's a 7 to 10 day period.
Wow, okay. So I got the special treatment or something, or lucky or whatever.
You're not that special.
No, I know.
We literally, we're sourcing all the time, and obviously we source in different ways from different, places locally here in the Philippines. So it just so happened at that time we were doing a drive for web developers, and everything just kind of gelled perfectly with right. Mike and yourself. So that was great. Well, look, Pat, thanks
7 days is great too. So
no, I appreciate that, man, and thank you very much for taking the quick time, to shoot this video. If anybody out there has not come across you before, where can we find you?
You can find me at smartpassiveincome.com. That's my website. Or you can just come and say hi to me on Facebook at patonfacebook.com.
The only guy I know that has his own domain name for his Facebook page, and I love it. I think it's fantastic.
So much easier to go to. I mean,
it is.
There's a tip for you.
You're absolutely right. Pat finishes with that hot tip. We will see you next time here on another interview testimony video right here at Virtual Staff Finder. Thank you very much for dropping by, everyone.